bufferable, cacheable, executable, and shareable, which all memory areas will support with respect to execution, with respect to sharing, with respect to buffering. All those things we have discussed in the previous class. And here also they have given the access related to the user programs, how it can be accessed and used. Okay, and the next we have bitband operation. Because we have bitband operation is also one type of memory access on memory mapping with respect to the data operation. This is related to bitband with respect to bitband operation, which support allows a single load or store operation to access, read or write to a single data bit. Whatever the data bit we have, single data bit can be stored, loaded, or read or write operation can be done on a single bit of data. That can be done using the bitband operation. So many flags are there. With respect to that flag, if you want to read it, write it, or do any operation on those type of memory address, then you have to go with the bitband operation. In the Cortex M3, this is supported in two predefined memory regions called as bitband regions. Okay, this bitband regions are there now. Two bitband regions are there, and one of them is located in first 1 megabit of SRAM region. Whatever the SRAM region is there, there you have a 1 megabit of region for located for the bitband operation, and also 1 megabit, first 1 megabit for peripheral region. You can see that in memory mapping here. You can see that here. Yeah, see, within the SRAM you have bitband region for 1 megabit for first 1 megabit for SRAM, and in peripherals first 1 megabit for bitband region, that you can see now. Okay, and then there are two memory regions can be accessed like normal memory, but they can also be accessed via the separate memory regions called as bitband alias. See, those this whatever the bitband region we have allotted for 1 megabyte, that memory region can be accessed as the normal memory what we were doing with respect to the other memory regions. But if you want to access it with respect to each and every bit, means within the whatever the memory is there in the bitband region, it will be representing one memory address with a 32 bit. But if you want to access each and every bit present in that 32-bit value, then you have to store the same value in the bitband alias region. In terms, see, one address will be storing only one bit. Then easily you can change the data which is present in that address. That's why you have a separate memory region called as a bitband alias region, where you will be having the each and every bit stored in each and every address. Okay, when the bitband alias address is used, each individual bit can be accessed separately in a least significant bit of each word aligned addresses. Each bit can be separately accessed. First you can access the LSP towards the MSP. Okay, here you can see bitband region address via the bitband alias address. See, bitband region you will be having a 32-bit data. As I told you, bitband region is from 0000 to 00FFFF C. Okay, where you can store, I can tell you, yeah, you can store 32-bit data value in bitband region. Okay, if you are going for bitband alias address, see, the one bit can be stored in the overall what address. One address will be storing one bit. Next is, this is one bit 0. Next here one more bit will be stored in another address, one more bit will be stored in another address. See, actually you will be storing each and every bit separately inside the one address line. Okay, this actually same as whatever we are seeing here. This is the bitband region address, no, that is from 2000 to 200FFFC. This is for bitband region address, where you can start from 32-bit data. Here 32-bit data is stored in this 2000, see 20000 address value. This is related to bitband region. If you are going for bitband alias region, the address will start from this address, that is 2200000 value, and LSB bit is stored here. Then next, after this 32-bit region value, no, for that reason plus 4 you will be having this, plus 4 you will be having this, plus 4 you will be having here, then plus 4 you will be having the data here, then plus 4, that's plus 4. In that way you will be simply adding the 4 address value, then you will be having 1 bit value in each and every address. Okay, whole this 32-bit value will be having only 1 bit of value in bitband alias region. Okay, for example, to set bit 2 in the word data in the address 2000, instead of using 3 instruction to read the data, set the bit, and then write back to the result, this task can be carried out by the single instruction in the figure 4 that you can see here, that I'll explain. The assembler sequence for these two cases should could be like the one shown in the figure 5.5. This here you can see, simply if you are using the bitband region, read the whatever the value present in this address to the register and set the bit 2 in the register and then write it back to the register. If you want to change the bit, see if I am telling you the example here, this is 2000, okay, this is the 32-bit value. You want to change the second bit 2, here bit 0, bit 1 and bit 2 is this one. You want to change the value present in this bit value. Okay, at that time what we can do, this is the actual performance if you are doing in actual bitband region. If you want to do it with respect to the bitband alias region, then write 1 to 22008. Why 22008? Here you can see that, as I told you, one bit will be stored in each and every address. Next is 004, next is 008, because each and every address will be shifted for 4 value, because 32 bit, 1 byte will be represented as 8 bit, no, 32 bits represented by 4 bytes. That's why actually address shifting value will be in the terms of 4 value. Okay, here it will be 00004, here it will be 00008. Okay, in that way you are going to write the value directly towards that bit. Okay, write to the 200 from buffer with the bit 2 set and read the data from the buffer. If you want to read it, you do it in this way. If you want to write it, do it in this way. This is the bitband alias region operation. If you are going for bitband direct bitband region, you have to read the data, after that set the bit, after that once again write that data towards the address. That is the bitband region. If you are going for bitband alias, directly write the data to the address wherever the bit 2 is present in bitband alias region. Okay, and here you can see the instructions how we can write it. First we will take, if bitband region is there, then simply take the address and put the data into the put the address into register, and the data present in that address should be stored in the another register, and modify the bit, which one, the second bit has to be modified, then write the value towards the region R1. Means 4 you are writing, 4 how we can write it, the binary value 100, the 0th bit is 0, first bit is 0 and second bit is 1. That's why you will be writing that data into the second bit of your overall data present in this address and write it back towards the same address. This is your actual normal without bitband operation if you will be performing this operation. If you are performing using bitband operation, load directly, load the address properly to the ORNAT. Address is whatever the second bit wherever it is present in the bitband alias region, that address you have to write. That is this address 220008, and move R1 with the what value you want to put it into R0, and store the R0 whatever, store the value 112 to the R0 address. Then easily you can change the bit value of second bit. Okay. Next is, similarly, bitband support can simplify application code if we need to read a bit in the memory location. For example, if we need to determine the bit 2 of the address 2000, we use the steps outlined in the figure, and the assembler sequence for these two cases should be like that both we have seen. Here, if you want to read the second bit in this address, then what we can do? Without bitband operation, what we can do, you will read the actual data which is present in that address first and put it into register and shift the bit 2 to the LSB and mask other bits. Means only you can't simply take out the second bit from the actual register value. That's why you will be shifting it towards the right, making it as the LSB bit, and the other data which is present in your overall register has to be masked. Then you can read that LSB bit. In that way, you have to do without the bitband operation. If you are in the bitband operation, directly you can read it from the address where the second bit is stored in bitband alias region. Mapped to one bus transfer and read data from this and extract the bit 2 to the register. This is using the bitband operation. Here using the assembly language, how to do that? See, load register with the address value, load register with the data into R unsigned buffered shift operation. I think this one I will explain you with respect to whenever the instructions are discussed, and you will be shifting it 2 times and extract the bit 2. And if you are going for bitband alias, directly take that address, store it into R0, and data should be read from directly stored read it to R0. That will give you the second bit directly. No need of shifting, no need of storing anything. Directly you can read it. And the Cortex M3 uses the following terms for the bitband memory address. Bitband region, this is the memory address region that supports bitband operation, and bitband alias access the bitband alias will cause an access a bitband operation to the bitband region. See, whatever the bitband operations we are doing on the bitband alias region, where the each and every bit are stored in each and every address, whatever the changes we are doing, that can be applied to the bitband region also directly. Okay, a memory mapping is performed, means you are remapping from bitband alias to the bitband region. That is, remapping has to be performed. Okay. Within the bitband region, each word is represented by the LSB of 32 word in the bitband alias address region. And what actually happens is that when the bitband alias address is accessed, the address is remapped to the bitband address. See, whatever the address we are accessing, that is remapped already with the bitband region. Okay. For read operation, the word is read and the chosen bit location is shifted to the LSB of the read written data and return to the data. For write operation, the written bit data are shifted to the required bit position and read, modify, write is performed. There are two regions of the memory for bitband operation, as I told you. With respect to the regions 200 to 2FFF, you have in the SRAM, 400 to 40FF in the peripheral address. Here you can see from the SRAM region, The remapping of the bitband alias is shown here. So the bit 0 of 2000 will be present in 22000 as we discussed now. A bit 1 will be stored in 22004, and if you are going for bit 2 it will be in 8. As I told you, the shift from one address line to another address line, you will be having the difference of 4 because it is a 32-bit value. Okay, in that way you can see that is a bit 0, means whatever the data we are taking out from this, always it will be put into bit 0, means LSB bit of your overall address. Okay, bit 2, bit 31 means 32-bit value will be stored in 7C, that is also in the bit 0. Then this way you are going to align, realign, means whenever the changes occurs in this bit will be allotted or done, change will be done on this bit also. That is alignment or remapping of bit band address with respect to SRAM region, we can see here. Understood? If we are going for this region, in peripheral region, bitband alias region is starting from 400. The bit 0 is allotted to 4200 bit 0. Bit 1 is allotted to 4th one. Bit 2 is allotted to 8th bit of 8th address of bit 0. Always you can see aliased data will be having the data only in the least significant bit. Always you can directly change it, write it, or read it directly from these address values. Okay.